Hey, what's happening, folks? My name is David Ali Barry L. Some people know me as Kenobi. Some people know me as Track Wiz. But anyways, I just want to introduce you to Yes Us Ministries. Like I said, we're a knowledge-based organization dedicated to the community, dedicated to the youth specifically. Now, there's a lot of people out here that are talking a lot. They're really doing a lot more seducing than they are really showing you, because they're not going into dictionaries. They're just doing a lot of talking. And a couple of these guys that really kind of irking my nerves in recent years is this guy named young Pharaoh Halal and another guy named Shara Shuten Sheti, which Seti, I'm gonna have to send you your name. I found it in the good book. It's called Shara Shuten Sheti. And that's funny because it's exactly what you embody. And here's just an example for the people here.
You call on your mama's breast. See, I'm not going to go into no, if you don't understand that science. You see, long before you have a thought.
Yeah, he's a Freemason, he says.
See, this is why I'm telling you that you connected to the Creator. Because when a child comes out the womb of his mother, it's not confused on who its sustainer is.
Right.
Because we'll hear motherfuckers say that Jesus is the sustainer.
I don't always disagree with these guys. I want to let you know. But what I do want to do is I want to go in deeper into how they actually feel. So let me just fast forward just a little bit into his talk, because he always hypes up young Pharaoh. Always hypes him up. So let's see what else he has to say about ignorantly.
When your ass ain't got rent money.
Which is true.
I know how it go. Niggas end up over granny house. Okay?
Yeah, it's just fear porn. It's just fear porn. I mean, we all have stuff that we go through, but it's just fear porn.
Real shit now. So what is it saying? That a child and his mother can never be different. Okay? I'm gonna end up. I want y'all to understand. That's why it was always a matriarchal bloodline, because that's the truest bloodline that you have is what with your mama. Because
right, and the matrix is the womb, and what he's not going into is he's not talking about the commercial system that we all engage in today, which is a fact that, you know, it's a matrix, and matrix means mother. And if you go to the word matrix in the book of Numbers, it means womb. So people like this telling you not to read the Bible, they make it difficult because they have such a compelling argument. But I want to go on.
When you born, you are connected to your mama by umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord. Umbilical.
Until you're 7 at the umbilical cord. You're 1.
Umbilical. Yeah, you don't even can't say it, dude.
Baby, you can never be something different than your mama.
One, he sounds like the Bible. Jehovah, the existing one.
I'm gonna end on it. You might be a different pheno. You might look a little different. This, that, and the third. But that's why when we say, how do you know an African person? They born from an African woman. That's it.
African person.
So I'm gonna end on that.
Yeah.
God.
Okay. Now, when these guys are saying God, they're actually talking about probably his oath, his Jesuit oath. Basically, he's talking about, God is the Pope, El Papa. God's the mama. He goes and kisses the feet of the Black Madonna. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying anything that you can't go ahead and do a little search, Google search or something. You know what I mean? But he's not honest. This guy's not honest. But what I want to do is I'm going to fast forward. We'll listen to him.
Respect and the veneration for your mama.
Veneration.
And how you treat your mama should be a standard on how you treat all African women.
African women
like shit. Then I know, nigga, your relationship with your mama.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's throwing out too much stuff because there's confusion there about Africa, when the name Africa came to the United States. That's like a big crisis right now. That's why the FBI come out with the black identity extremists, because there's going to be some people who are going to react differently to finding out what's going on, so it's like a warning because they always know what's going on. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fast forward up to a young Pharaoh and, I mean, I could go over 2 hours and do a thing on all these guys, but I'm not gonna waste your time or their time. But just listen to this guy. Now he's pulling scriptures out of the Bible justifying demonizing homosexual people or gay people, however you want to call yourselves. You know what I mean? Respect. You know what I mean? God loves the temptation. Read Malachi 3. Well, anyhow. But also go to Isaiah 56 because for all my scholarly research shows me that the gay man and woman today is the eunuch. And nobody else can tell you different because they don't research. They just don't. All right, so listen to this guy.
God. And this is why God ass must be tried and convicted now. God ass is guilty with a capital motherfucking G. So with that being said, we have to understand the detrimentality of God. Now we want to talk about the hypocrisy of God. Because God destroyed Babylon, Sodom, Gomorrah, all of these places for homosexuality, but then yet God permits homosexuality.
He looks excited talking about homosexuality.
Say, well, Pharaoh, prove it in the Bible that God said it's okay to be homosexual. Don't worry, I got the verses right here, and I'm going to screen share them so that you can read them as well. Let's read along.
Okay, so
second book of Samuel.
So he's starting with the second book of Samuel, chapter 1, verse 26. Okay, and then he's also got the first book of Samuel, chapter 18, verse 3. Then he's got another from Samuel, chapter 20, verse 41. And he's also got another one from Samuel, chapter 18, verse 4. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and let this nymph speak, and then go ahead and comment afterwards.
Okay, 126. I grieve for you, Jonathan, my brother. You were very dear to me, right? Your love for me was wonderful, more wonderful than a woman. Let's keep it kicking.
Yeah, man.
First book of Samuel, 18:3.
It's ridiculous.
And Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as himself. 18:4. Jonathan took off the robe he was wearing and gave it to David, along with his tunic and even his sword, his bow, and his belt.
It's just confirmation bias, Pharaoh. That's it.
Okay, 20:41.
You have an extreme bias.
After the boy had gone, David got up from the south side of the stone and bowed down before. Oh shit! Hold on, it didn't turn. God tried to turn the motherfucker. God tried to turn it. Okay, after the boy had gone, okay, David got up from the south side of the stone and bowed down before Jonathan 3 times, okay, and his face to the ground. Then they kissed each other and wept together. But David wept the worst. Now ask yourself, why was it okay for them to be homosexual, but it wasn't okay for them to be homosexual? So God pick and choose what kind of sins is okay? Because it's seeming that way. Because it's seeming like when God wants you to go kill and murder and steal a land, it's okay. But if you're not with it, he'll wipe you out. So now Sodom and Gomorrah and Babylon, he done wiped these motherfuckers out for numerous reasons. And one of them being homosexuality. And a Christian will tell you real quick, oh, God don't believe in homosexuality, and that's why he destroyed this, that, and third. But God didn't say shit to David and Jonathan. God did.
It's hard for me to keep going because of his absence of completely understanding what intercourse is. Hey, bro, why don't you look at what Dwight Eisenhower had to say on the books in 1956 on the intercourse that has to do with, for lack of better terms, the Aboriginal indigenous people known as Moors, or also known as Moors. This guy, he's not honest. And, it's time to point out people like this for their gross ignorance and just basic overall just negligence. Get a dictionary, young Pharaoh. Get a dictionary. Shara Shuten Sheti. Look that up, man. It's all in the good book. So is Pharaoh. Pharaoh magnetism. Well, anyways, this is David the Magic Negro. Yes Us Ministries. We're in full effect, and we're hunting wabbits.